Okay, Survivor fans, we've just seen the 10th episode of Survivor Edge of Extinction. I'm here with Susan Wloszczyna. I'm Marcus James Dixon. And Susan, this episode was called Blood of a Blindside. What do you think of that title? I think it was just brilliant.
Sounds like a Roger Corman film. I don't know. It wasn't actually, this was not as crazy as last week.
Right.
Yeah.
How could it be?
Well, that's true. Yes.
The big takeaway, though, is bye-bye David, bye-bye Kelley. There's no more returning players in the game. Of course, they're all on, Extinction Island. One of them probably will have a shot to come back, but no more.
Yeah. Well, you would think that Kelley would have played her idol but she's never been suspicious, and her name comes up maybe every week at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And her name has been written down, not that she's been voted off yet, but really, I mean, they knew they had targets on their back when they started, and they were acting like, oh, I have all these alliances. But something's going to happen. I mean, people are hating on Wardog, so he's got the target now because he's so pushy and so, the whole puppet master thing between him and Ron. Although Ron got taken down a notch, his plans went awry a few times.
If I was Kelley, I would have used the idol weeks ago, so I wouldn't even had it last night. But she just felt so safe that I don't really blame her for not using it. I mean, David wasted his idol last week when he actually needed it tonight. Mm-hmm. So there's a fine line between when to know when to use it and when not to.
Yeah.
I did like what she said at the end where she went to Extinction and she totally blew up Lauren's game. She's like, oh, by the way, Lauren has the other idol.
But it'll be interesting. So there's 8 on the island, 8 on the other island?
Yeah, it's 8 and 8 now.
Well, or is there, 2 went home. Keith and I forgot her name.
Keith and Wendy, yeah.
Wendy, yes. Your girlfriend. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So of the 8 that are left, who do you think? I think Wardog is such a villain now that I can't see him making it a week or two. I think he's going to be out pretty soon.
Yeah. I think next week maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's so full of himself. And never be that confident, always be suspicious.
Right. So. And then Gavin is mad at him now.
Oh, yeah. The look on his face that he wasn't part of the team.
Right.
He didn't know the plan. That's always a bad thing to do.
Julie didn't know the plan. She's not going to be happy with him. I think he needs to win immunity or he's going to be cut.
But Gavin's good at challenges.
Yeah.
And Aurora obviously is, and that helps them. But at a certain point, that's not going to matter. So,
speaking of Aurora, what did you think of her giving up her vote? I didn't really understand
what she was doing. What was she trying to get from him?
I don't understand.
How did he win with him having it in his pocket, and she, what is she going to do? Sneak out some night and, rummage through his dirty clothes? I don't know.
It was
Why did she do that?
This has happened before on the show where someone gives their advantage away to prove their loyalty. It's like, no, you need that. That's yours.
Right.
I guess maybe he'll give it back and then now he trusts her or something. I don't really understand.
So now everybody's going to know Lauren has an idol. And then Aurora could, tells people he's got an extra vote, and then who knows? It's so weird that they have to use wine bottles to put those clues in. Why do they have to do that?
Right. I love how David was there, like not even a full day, and he already found an advantage.
Right.
It actually worked. Rick won immunity with that advantage.
Yeah. So his one pal he can trust if he goes back is still in the game. So
what did you think of the whole double tribal council, like 2 tribal councils in the same episode? It was so fast paced that I'm like, oh, okay, we're already at the challenge. We're already at the tribal. Oh, we're already at the other challenge. Like, I couldn't follow. It was
You
too
couldn't
fast.
follow that after last week's tribal? I didn't know who was voting for what.
Yeah.
This was relatively calm, I thought. I mean, it was fine. I mean, I think they have to start getting things moving because there's so many people still left in the game everywhere. So
right,
it's kind of odd to keep seeing these people. They just kind of sit there.
There are a lot of people left, and I mean, there's 8 people still in the game. There's 8 people on Extinction Island. It's like we need to start getting rid of more people.
Yeah. Well, so I'm hoping. I mean, they didn't show anything like that next week in the previews that they're going to change anything, because you would think a draw would be something happening again with all the Extinction people. But
yeah, it doesn't look like that's happening next week, but maybe the week after. I don't know.
Do you think Extinction? I mean, we'll know by the end, but Extinction was a good idea, because when I was looking into possibly having a all winners season, that's something they're discussing. Jeff didn't like the idea of contestants not being totally eliminated, that they could have these bounce backs coming back. And I think he might have had a point, because there's not a whole lot of tension from all that,
Right. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, because on the one hand, if Rick Devens ends up winning, I mean, I'd be fine with that. Even though he got voted out for a few days, he wasn't pampered. He wasn't in a hotel for those few days. He was struggling for those few days. So I do feel, but then again, what if Reem ends up coming back and winning? I don't know if I would be okay with that, because she wasn't involved in any of the gameplay, any of the social aspects. And so I'm kind of torn. I guess it depends. It's a situation by situation basis.
Well, he's the one who will benefit. And if somebody, if they once again let somebody else come back, I mean, how many more episodes are there?
Yeah, there's only like 3 or 4 left.
Right. So how many bounce backs are we going to have?
I'm assuming just one more. I mean, when they did what was it, Redemption Island, or when they did, people playing in challenges and coming back, each of the times they did that, 2 people came back. One came back at the merge, which Rick Devens did, and then one came back like when there was 7 or 6 left. Yeah. So if they keep to that same pattern, then only one more will come back, and everyone else will just have to go, back home.
Well, you bring up Devens. I think he can win, because he actually did more than most of them did.
Right.
Because they also like him. He makes jokes. So
it's funny in the challenge when he started doing his newscaster joke, and then like seconds later he lost. I think he lost his concentration and he lost the challenge.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll ultimately have to talk about this after the season ends, but I don't know if this was a good idea or not yet.
Yeah, I guess it depends. I think it's fun to try it, but I don't want this to be like a permanent thing.
Yeah. I don't
well, are you sad David's gone?
Sad?
Yeah, I liked him.
He's got a little devil in him, though. But can we talk about the butterfly? It was like a demon butterfly that caused Wardog to drop whatever that urn was.
Yeah, that was a big butterfly.
I think somebody who doesn't like him sent that out.
Someone he voted off.
And then the week before, poor Kelley had the fly from hell coming dive on her.
Yeah, just another reason I would never do Survivor. I can't deal with the bugs and the dirt.
No, I could not either. But in the poll I did, I suggested maybe Jeff should try to play Survivor. I would love that. Yeah, I would. He couldn't live without his array of clean safari shirts or whatever.
I would worry that he would be the first person voted out, though, because he's too knowledgeable of the game.
Yeah. Well, who knows? I mean, he's seen it all, but once you're in there, it's probably a little different. I think. Well,
let's end it with talking about who we think will win. So just talking about the 8 that are still left. Victoria, Ron, Wardog, Rick, Aurora, Lauren, Julie, and Gavin. Did I say everyone?
I think so.
Okay, so who?
Gavin doesn't have strategy. He's good at challenges, but I don't see, I mean, he goes with the flow. I don't see him suggesting things all that much. And Wardog has got, I think, a target on his back. And Ron, you know, he's hanging in there at least. So, but he's not the puppet master quite anymore.
Yeah,
He is just a follower. Aurora could be somebody.
I don't know if Aurora could win the final jury vote. I don't think Lauren can either.
Yeah, but Victoria, she's sort of been low key.
She has. Right around the merge time, I thought she could win this whole thing, and now she's just so in the background that I'm not sure she's getting a very good winner's edit, as Kevin Jacobson likes to call it.
I think Devins could actually hang in there. He did.
Right now, my two that I think could win are Rick Devins and Gavin. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, Gavin doesn't have. It's not that he's not likable. It's just he doesn't care to make friends. He just, goes with the crowd, I think.
Yeah. Well, everyone go to Gold Derby and make your predictions for who you think will win and who you think will be voted out next. The finale is scheduled for May 15th. And Susan and I will both be there, and we will be so excited. So thank you for watching.